Number 1, discuss the outstanding contributions of the following in linguistics. A. Aristotle defines speech as a kind of articulated voice, and the basic differences between voice and speech is the process of articulation, which is performed by tongue. So this study of language has always had two kinds of practitioner, the practical and the theoretical linguistics. Letter B. Robert Lowth advised against ending sentences with preposition. He acknowledged the construction as an idiom, which our language is strongly inclined. Lowth distinguished between shall and will as the future auxiliary. Letter C. Sir William Jones. He is best known for his famous proposition that many languages sprang from a common source. Jones demonstrated his multilinguistic skills. He would develop into a hyper-polyglot, someone possessing fluent understanding of more than 6 languages. So letter D. Ferdinand de Saussure. Contribution to the linguistics and the study of the whole range of human science. It is particularly marked in linguistics, philosophy, psychoanalysis, psychology, sociology, and anthropology. Also, discovery of the internal structure of the linguistic science. Number 2, explain the historical development of language, which is the evolutionary or the Darwinian. Evolutionary linguistics or Darwinian linguistics is a sociological approach to the study of language. Evolutionary linguists consider linguistics as a subfield of evolutionary biology and psychology. This contrasted with humanistic approaches, especially structural linguistics. Number 3, define, describe, or explain the following. A. The Romance languages are a group of related languages, all derived from Vulgar Latin within historical times and forming a subgroup of the Italic branch of the Indo-European and language family. The major languages of the family include French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, and Romanian. Letter B. Germanic languages, branch of the Indo-European language family. Scholars often define the Germanic languages into 3 groups, which is West Germanic languages, group of Germanic languages that develop in the region of North Sea, Rhine-Weser, and Elbe. Out of the many local West Germanic dialects, the following 6 modern standard languages have arisen. So English, Frisian, Dutch, and Flemish. Second, Scandinavian languages, also called North Germanic languages. Group of Germanic languages consisting of modern Standard Danish, Swedish, Norwegian, and New Norwegian. So, and the third, the East Germanic languages, also called the other Vistula Germanic languages, are a group of extinct Germanic languages that were spoken by East Germanic people. So, East Germanic is one of the primary branches of Germanic languages, along with North Germanic and West Germanic. And then the letter C, Indo-European languages. So, family of languages spoken in most of Europe and areas of European settlement and in much Southwest and South Asia. Letter D, Sino-Tibetan, also known as Trans-Himalayan in a few sources. As a family of more than 400 languages, second only to Indo-European is the number of native speakers. The vast majority of these are the 1.3 billion native speakers of Chinese languages. Number 4. Explain the following. A. Grimm's law defines the relationship between certain stop consonants in Germanic languages and their originals in Indo-European. These consonants underwent shifts to change the way they are pronounced. Letter B. The great vowel shift was a massive sound change affecting the long vowels of English during the 15th to 18th centuries. Basically, the long vowel shifted upwards, that is, a vowel that used to be pronounced in one place in the mouth. Lastly, number 5, discuss history of English. A. Old English is a West Germanic language and developed out of also known as North Sea Germanic dialects from the 5th century. It came to be spoken over most of the territory of Anglo kingdoms, which became the Kingdom of England. Letter B, Middle English. A period of roughly 300 years from around 1150 CE to around 1450, difficult to identify because it is the time transition between two eras that each have stronger definition. And Old English is the modern. Letter C, Modern English is conventionally defined as the English language. Distinctions are commonly drawn between the early modern period, roughly, and late modern English. Early modern English is said to span roughly the years from 1500 until 1800. This period is termed the Renaissance. The language of this Elizabethan age is much more closely related to our modern English today than, say, the language of Chaucer in the Canterbury Tales. The late modern period is the first in the history of English for which an unprecedented wealth of textual material exists. Using increasingly sophisticated databases, the contributions in this volume explore grammatical usage from the period, spatially, morphological, and syntactic change in broad context. So that is my week 7 module